Next, we have Law Siu Po Janet, who will be bringing us the story called The Hardest Classroom I've Ever Entered. Sometimes the hardest classroom isn't one with desks and whiteboards, but life itself.
Okay, just a sound test. Can you all hear me? No? Okay, then I better go. Alright.
What do you do when the person who hurt you most becomes the person who needs you the most? My mother loved my brother more than me. At least that's what I believed growing up. He was the youngest, the only son, the favorite. My sisters and I knew it. We lived it. Since young, we were always the one who got scolded first, blamed first, punished first. Twice. After a heated argument with my mom, I had to pack up my belongings and leave home. For many years, I carried that hurt. My mother was a tough woman, fiercely independent, strong-willed, critical. Now she's the kind of woman who has an opinion on almost everything and almost everyone, and she would not hesitate to express it. Yet, life has a way of changing rules. In 2018, my mother was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Everything changes. The woman who has always been in control of her life, and in many instances, other people's life as well, began needing help. Help in managing her medical appointments, medications, managing her household, her helper, all her finances, and important decisions. Over time, I became the child that she depended on most. In fact, the only one she could depend on. Ironically, I also continue to be the child that she blamed first. As her condition worsened, the responsibility grew. Every Sunday, when her helper is on her day off, my mom would come over to my place. I would arrange for mahjong sessions with her brother and sister so that she stay connected with them. I continued to accompany her for medical appointments. I continued to manage her care. I made decisions that she didn't want to make. Then came a medical emergency in 2021. A perforated intestine. The doctors needed a decision fast. Someone had to choose. My mother refused to make a decision. She wanted me to. I chose surgery. That saved her life. But it also left her with a stoma bag. After that, she blamed me for causing her to carry a stoma bag for the rest of her life. I remember thinking, how do you help someone who blames you for helping? How do you continue giving when the appreciation never comes? Then, another incident happened on a Sunday. She was at my house. Suddenly, her stoma bag burst. Everything spilled out on her body, on the clothes. The smell was overwhelming. Fortunately, my aunt was there. The helper wasn't around. She helped me hold my mom who couldn't stand. And I had to clean her, shower her, and change her stoma bag, clean the toilet, dispose the soiled clothing. While doing all this thing, a thought crossed my mind. This wasn't what I imagined my life would look like. This wasn't fair. So, another thought came. Hey, I've actually been keeping score all this time. Who loved more? Who cared more? Who contributed more? Who sacrificed more? Who hurt who? I was carrying an invisible scoreboard in my heart. That day, standing in the bathroom, showering, I was feeling really very exhausted and frustrated. And the moment I realized something, love and scorekeeping cannot exist in the same space. Because the moment love starts calculating, it stops being love. The truth is, my mom will never become the mother I wish she would be. She would never suddenly apologize. She would never become warm and affirming. She would never stop being herself. Strangely, that became my greatest lesson. I stopped waiting for appreciation. I stopped waiting for the fairness. I stopped waiting for our relationship to turn into what it has never been. Instead, I started to learn how to love her for who she is and not for who I hope she would become. Then, just last May, my mom suffered a stroke. She became paralyzed, totally unable to be conscious or eat. Eventually, we had to send her to a nursing home. The responsibility did not disappear. My husband and I continued to manage her household, manage her finance, manage all her medical needs, paperwork, and visits. By that time, all my siblings had drifted away. But I noticed something inside me. I wasn't keeping score anymore. I wasn't serving from obligation. I was serving from choice. I was serving with love. Many people ask me what or where resilience comes from. For years, I've always thought resilience means enduring hardship, pushing through, being strong. But now I look at it differently. Resilience is choosing love when resentment could have been easier. Resilience also means choosing compassion when fairness is absent. Resilience is continuing to show up even when there's no guarantee that there will be applause, recognition, or even all your efforts will be fully appreciated. So the hardest classroom I've entered wasn't a university lecture hall. It wasn't even, doing my master's degree. It wasn't even what just now one of the speakers was saying, doing Python coding. The hardest classroom was caring for my mom. And the lesson that classroom taught me is one that I will carry for the rest of my life. That is, love doesn't keep score. Because when we stop counting who owes what, who gave more, who deserved better. We discover something more powerful. We discover the freedom to love anyway.